My friends, this is a big one. Don't underestimate the repercussions of a bad trip, of a bad rider, okay? So be prepared. They will get in your car. Trouble people will be in your office, in your vehicle. I will guarantee you that, even if you're a newbie just starting out. This scenario will happen sooner than later, right? Space invaders, you'll have like some space invader in your car, invading your space, right? Back in the 80s, remember this game? Loved it. But I call these guys space invaders. Problem, Uber, and Lyft riders are invading my space, right? It's supposed to be a spa, a tranquil trip, and suddenly you've got some goofball, some total asshole invading your space, right? They get in your car. Usually it starts off with a lot of attitude. It could be a bunch of males, and one guy wants to assert himself and be the alpha male. Could be a complete drunkard. Could be a girl that's completely out of control. I'm not saying this is just males, man. This is males and females. But here's my golden rule. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Thank you. Here's my golden rule. When you know you've had a problem trip, when you know you've had a problem rider in your car, expect repercussions. Expect something to happen, right? If a guy gets out of my car and just fucking slams the door and, you know, like F off, I know I got a bad rating coming. May not like me, or maybe his girl was hitting on me, or whatever the case is, something pissed him off. Could have been a phone call that triggered him, right? Could have been some bad news, could be a sour business deal. Something triggered him or her in your car, in your space, and now they feel that they have to invade your life, right? Have to push their energy, their upset, their problem on you. And usually the way they retaliate is a 1-star or a fabrication, right? They call up Uber or Lyft and they fabricate a story. Why? Because they want revenge, right? They want to get back at you. That damn driver. Whole bunch of negative energy coming your way. Guess what? They make the call to 1-800-593-7069 because they want to get a falsehood on record. My recommendation, you have a space invader in your car, my friend. Be proactive and take the initiative. Call first, right? The moment that person's out your car, dial the 1-800-593-7069 or do it internally through your app. File a complaint based on that trip and elaborate in a few lines. Don't write a whole love story, right? Because the person on the other side, keep it simple, short, and sweet, right? Had a guy in my car, was maybe on drugs, I don't know, but he was infuriated, he was angry. When you get that on record, you cover yourself for potential retaliation, right? You strike first. Remember this, right? And if you have a bad feeling and you know something's coming your way, you know that 1-star is coming your way, and I tell you, I know. Like, I had a guy in my car and they were fighting an officer. He let it out on me. He slammed my door, and idiot drive the app, get it off. I cover him whole, is going to retaliate. He's going to retaliate with a low rating, 1-star, and he's going to retaliate with a falsehood, right? And it's many a times those falsehoods, you know they were coming, and they get you deactivated, which is a classic wrongful deactivation. And now you suddenly find yourself on the defending side, on the defense, right? You always want to be on the offense. You always want to fire off the first story. Guy gets out the car, girl gets out the car, boom! She was drunk, she was obnoxious, throwing stuff around in my car, screaming out profanities. I had a problem rider on board. Boom, you initiate and fire off the first story, which means you are on the offense. Now they have to defend themselves. Never be caught on the defense, right? And when you're defending matters, you're usually defending a wrongful deactivation. It's horrible, right? Uberman Tampa, they were wrong and vulgar. Sorry, I didn't read the whole thing, but if you haven't subscribed to Uber Tampa's channel, he keeps it real, he keeps it honest, he's got a great channel, right? He's a good guy. Go and subscribe to his channel. But you don't deserve these space invaders, right? You don't deserve negative space invaders invading your car, invading your office, bringing their toxicity into your office, right? Into your space. They're invading your space. And guess what? I gotta be proactive. I gotta fire off, report everything, take no chances. I like that. See, listen to Uberman Tampa. We're just mirroring the same story here, right? Don't take any chances. Don't wait for the moment where, you know what, should have reported this, and then suddenly you find yourself on the defense. Could cost you your Uber and Lyft platform. And even if it cost you for 2 weeks and you're reinstated, or a week, you've lost a lot of money, right? So by being proactive, by being the first out of the gate to file off that complaint through your app, I would do it with a follow-up call. I would get it through the app, written, boom, submit, then get on the phone. Lady on the phone might say, yeah, I see you've just reported this guy, so I want to make 100% sure you have the details on this individual, because I don't think they should be on your platform. I don't think this is a rider. I think this is a future problem to your company. Because if they did it to me, they're going to do it to the next one. I just got a text message from the Foo Fighters. Can you be there at 3:15 to take them to Hollywood? Yes, I will be there. I'm going to reply to that just now, right? And Uberman Tampa says it's not lying. No, you're not lying. You are just being, you're taking a precaution, right? Because you know in your gut, you know in your feeling, there's trouble coming your way, right? And you're not fabricating the story. You are basically laying the foundation for it to not take place, right? So I ask you kindly, take the time, the moment they're out of your car, and you just remotely have a feeling it's going to be horrible, there's something coming, write the report. James Campbell just said Uberman Tampa. I do that all the time. That's awesome. So I call these guys, listen, this was a game I had in my room as a kid in the 80s. I used to play it. I had one of those big things you stand on with the controls, right? I love this game. But in the rideshare world, I do not like space invaders, right? They're invading my space, and they're being negative, and they're being wrong. They're fabricating things. They're making up stuff to harm you. And usually it's revenge. It's a revenge action, or it's a revenge falsehood, because there's something they do not like about you, right? Listen, if they want the music, or they're in there sticking their auxiliary cord in, or whatever they're trying to Bluetooth, I really give them the freedom. I don't cut them off. I know there's some people say, hey, you know what, stay out of my space. I don't like that, right? As long as the person's not interfering with my steering wheel, I let them do this. Because if I tell the person you're invading my space, and hang on, let me do that, and you've got some alpha fool who tries to, no, don't worry, I got this under control, I'll do that, and you get into a pissing match over the radio, over the music, forget about it. Just let the guy reach in and do his music, as long as he is not touching, or she is touching, your steering wheel. And it often sadly happens when they're intoxicated, right? They'll try and get into your media or your Bluetooth, or they start hitting your buttons. I tolerate it. Because if I want to get into a pissing match with that person, I know I have a false story coming. I know that I'm going to have to defend myself, right? And if I've learned my lesson, right? Hey, you know what? Excuse me, that's my space. Let me control it. And then they get into this pissing match. And then I find a bad report and a 1-star coming in, is because they want the control. They want the control over your music or your stereo system. Give them the damn control, right? Have you ever had that type of person who reaches in from the back or reaches in from the side and is in your media and plugging in and trying to change buttons or change the station or change the radio? I let it go, guys. I let it go, and I tell you why I let it go. It's because it's going to end up in a huge pissing match, and I'm going to be the loser. I'm going to get the 1-star. I'm not going to get the tip, right? And I might get a wrongful deactivation. I might get a wrongful report. Why? Because I wanted to get into a little bit of an assertive alpha role with this guy over my music system. Forget about it. I'm not doing that, right? You know, let them, as long as they're not reaching into your steering wheel and bumping you and hitting you, it's okay. And I know what alcohol does to people, right? I know how 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds act when they have had a lot of alcohol, right? It's going to get pretty rowdy in your car. It's going to get pretty crazy. It's going to be a lot of touching buttons, blah, 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 right? Uberman says that has been my secret success in 4 years. And you know what? Uberman Tampa, make a video on that, right? Just say, hey, in the last 4 years, I've run into these type of situations. This is how I rectified it. This is how I avoided trouble, right? And I try and avoid trouble at all costs. I do not want to get into pissing matches with males. And you know what? I found myself getting into, way in the beginning, where I thought I always had to assert my role, right, as the alpha driver, you know, and potentially be up against an alpha rider. No, forget about it. Don't get your ego involved. And usually this happened during X trips. And that's why I only did 3 or 4 months in X, right? Because there's a lot of craziness in my car. You know, there's 4 bodies in my car. Then I step it up into XL. And I had a lot of situations like that as well. When I drive a whole bunch, 6 or 7 students in my car at night after a party, and they'd be drinking. There's a lot of craziness going on in your car. There's a lot of touching, there's a lot of buttons, there's this and that, and there's this guy in a pissing match with that one, and then this girlfriend starts fighting with that guy, and you know, there's a whole fighting, and guess who gets it? Usually the driver. They need some form of outlet to vent, and you are their venting channel. You are their lightning rod. They will take it out on you. So I beg you, if you can control the situation, don't go in, get into a verbal fight. Don't get into a pissing match with anyone, right? If they want that little bit of control over the media, if they want to sync their phone, their iPhone, Bluetooth it, and they want to figure it out, right? And they're like, hey, why is this not syncing up? Why is this not syncing up? I've had this, right? I said, dude, because it does not sync when you're driving, I have to pull over. I will gladly pull over for you. We have to be stationary and it'll sync up. Or my car doesn't do that. I said, well, our cars are maybe different, but I will gladly do that for you. Let me just pull over and get stationary so you can sync up your phone. I've had this conversation, right? Now, do I want to get into a fight and say, no, sorry, you can't sync it up because you should know, right, that your iPhone sync to the system while we're driving. We can only do that. Do I want to get into that fight? No, because I'm going to have a repercussion. I'm going to have a retaliatory story coming my way. And it's usually in form of 1 stars and no tip. You know, so what? Hey, you know what? Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to hit a little bit of a pocket there. So I don't want to get into that fight. So I give them the power. If they have 5 or 6 people in the car, the guy feels like he's won that match with me over the sound system. I pulled over for him or her. They get to sync it. I'll take the back seat. Because the one thing is I don't want anybody retaliating with a 1 star, no tip. Give him the satisfaction. You know what? Give me 30 seconds. I'll pull over for you. You can sync your phone. Listen, you'll be the DJ. I give him that power. You're the DJ. Because there's a certain type of character in the car that wants to assert themselves over the other wolf pack, right? Let him be the chief wolf. I'll be the senior wolf, dude. I'll take it back. I've been there, done that, got into those pissing matches. Not worth it. Let this little guy be the wolf pack leader and get his way. I will pull over for you right away when it's safe. I will let you sync your phone. You can be the DJ. You can be in control. I'm not relinquishing my control as a driver. I'm giving him control of the music because obviously he's in a pissing Have you ever had people in your car that get into a pissing match about music? Right? I want to be the DJ. Oh, let me play, man. My collection is better, and my Spotify is better, or my portfolio of music is better than yours. You know that, right? Let them duke it out. I'm saying, okay, whoever wants to be DJ, I'll pull over. We'll sync. You know, that's it. I don't want that 1 star. There we go. So you invade my space, and you come with full-on crazy attitude. There is a certain amount that I will tolerate, and there will certain things I will not tolerate. If I have a drunk person in the car constantly reaching into the steering wheel and they are a threat, you know, to my safety, that's it. We stop it. I report them, right? Or if I have someone cussing F words and going off on me in the car, you idiot. No, I'm not the idiot. I'm the driver. I'm in control. We end the trip. C'est la vie. Cheerio. Farewell. Have a great life. Adios. Goodbye. Off you go. Boom. 1 star. End the trip. Report. Send a report. Had a problem. Rider in the car, screaming profanities, shouting, anger management issues, blah, blah, blah. And I gave them a 1 star and I ended the trip because it was getting unsafe and there was a possible fight was going to break out. So I was proactive and ended the trip there and then. You don't need the real problem space invader. But there is certain stuff that you can and should tolerate on a trip. It'll save you a lot of problems, right? All right. So, anybody been in these situations? That's my concern for the first New Year's Eve. Well, yeah, New Year's Eve is going to be a challenge, my friends. You know that because there's a lot of champagne. Yeah, and if you have multiple people in the car, it's usually not the person that ordered the trip, right? Because they want to protect their rating as well. It's usually some other asshole in the car that causes the trouble. It's not even the person that ordered the trip, right? Because the person that ordered the trip is also there to protect their ratings. They know what goes one way will come back the other way. So if they're going to start getting funny with the driver, it's not going to look pretty for them either. And you know, the question is, how much will you tolerate and put up with? Do you need to cancel? Do you need to report them? I'm just saying, if you feel like you have a lot of trouble coming your way, be proactive. File the complaint first. I'm reading some of the messages here. And expect this, what people bring open booze into the car, I don't allow that. On my private trips in certain vehicles, I may have a big cooler bag. I know I'm going to be there with the people for a few hours. There's, you know, I know the people. I know they don't get out of hand. So there's a certain amount I will tolerate. But when people are getting in with bottles of vodka or beer into the car, you know, you got to set the boundary. Sorry, buddy, it's not, you know, you're going to get yourself into trouble and you're going to get me into trouble. Because usually those drunkards that get in the car with a bottle, right? You're driving and they're flaunting the bottle, and the next thing you have a cop driving by, whoop, 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 pull you over. Not worth it. So you could say, hey, you know what, conceal your bottle or keep it down there, but like, hey dude, don't while we're driving, let's not advertise the alcohol. Knight Jackson's back in the house. We're doing like round 2 live stream today. We're talking about problem riders anticipating problem trips and the repercussions of a problem trip. What I'm saying, if you have a space invader in your car that's invading your space with their negativity, and you know it, you feel it, make that first call to Uber. File that complaint through the app, right? Because you could really save yourself a big problem down the line. So being on the offense versus on the defense it's important. We don't like doing it. So this is something we don't enjoy doing, but sometimes we have to do it, right? So for any new driver out there, if you just joined, or if you're thinking of joining, you want to go over these things, reach out to me, text or email me, right? Let's talk about some of the basics before you get on the road, before you take trip 1, day 1. And a lot of the veteran drivers know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That this does happen. Can't pretend this stuff will never ever happen. It does happen. Gasolina, what's the gas price here, my friends? Let's see. I need gas now. It's not like I don't have many options. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, good timing. This girl's just finishing up here. Right, see there? Gas prices. Cash, $3.35 regular. Credit card, $3.45. Plus, $3.55. Credit card, $3.65. I'll be filling up cash premium $3.65 versus credit card $3.75. Many gas stations give you a cash incentive, right? If you're paying cash, you're getting usually 10 cents more at the gas tank. So you consider those gas prices high. I think they are high if you compare them to, people reporting from Texas or Oklahoma, those great prices, right? Then, it can get a little crazy. Can get a little crazy.
I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have a loyalty. Oh. Yeah, I can just go there. Oh, I thought you
Monster
needed
or Red Bull? Monster or Red Bull? Which one? Which one? Lucas, how are you, my friend?
Pretty good
How's your Christmas?
Oh, perfect. How are you?
Excellent. Happy New Year. On number 2.
Number 240.
You have a good one.
You do the same
Good to
thing
see you.
too.
Nice guy, always be nice. Anybody know this one? Corbin and Ventura. Corbin and Ventura, Corbin and Ventura. This is where our profits get chewed up, my friends. This is where our profits get chewed up, right? This is where our profits get chewed up. I want Texas gas prices. I want the pricing in Oklahoma. I don't like paying those Cali prices. It's bullshit. This is the worst feeling for a rideshare driver, when that gas tank just sucks your gas, man. So I can't wait to get that Tesla. See, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible feeling. Horrible. Ching, 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 out of your profits. Ching, 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 out of your profits. No good, my friends. No good. No good, my friends. Gas prices over there, no good. Our profits are going down, our profits. As I look across, I see a sign that says vape bar. I highly recommend you stay away from vape. It'll chew up your lungs, my friends. Any youngsters out there, get your kids off that immediately. No vaping. Very, very, very bad for your health. What's up, dog? Okay. Gasolina, mucho gasolina. Boom, boom, boom. This is where our profits get eaten up. This is where our profits get eaten up at the frickin' gas tank. Seatbelts, always put your seatbelts on, folks. Always put your seatbelts on. Always be nice to the gas attendant. So I'm gonna hustle over and pick up Foo Fighters, take them to Hollywood. I don't know what they're doing down there. Ask no question, hear no lies. I get called, I drive, right? Andrew, H-A-H-A-H, it's good. My audio got weird? Could be. How's it now? What's the audio like right now? Suck? Is it bad? Always, my friends, always words of encouragement. Why put someone down? Do you want to be around someone that constantly puts you down? No, I don't. Forget about it. I have zero desire. Why is it muffled? Why is it muffled? it better now? Is it better now? I did it when you turned up. Is it better? Come, chica. Don't go through the red light, woman. Don't go through the red light. Can you hear me? Or is the sound crappy? Let me just proceed to the route. Let's figure this shit out. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Here we go, Paula. How are you? Jennifer Donatella in the house. Huh. What's it like? What's it like? I hope you can hear me. Oh, I did get out for fuel. I did. It shouldn't make any difference to the audio, right? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Cool. So, we're talking about people that you have in your car. They're called riders, they're called passengers. And if you have a bad experience, a bad vibe, or your gut tells you that after this trip, something's coming your way, I'm going to tell you something. Be proactive. Go on the offense. Write the report. Reach out to support through the app, on the phone, and say, hey, you know what? I had a problem rider on board, and tell them why. Because it could very well happen that that individual retaliates, may cost you your driving privileges over one. At the next light, turn right. How about you just shush navigation? Hopefully that resolved that. Buffering, buffering, buffering. Don't think there's Uber pool in Bakersfield. Lucky for you. You don't want it. Good enough, good enough, good enough, Nathaniel. I like it. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. But what's not good enough for me is space invaders, people invading my office, my car, with their toxicity, negativity, wolfpack syndrome. No, thank you. So who didn't work yesterday and is out on the road today to make up for yesterday? And who is going to put in 8 hours or more on New Year's Eve? And if you are going to put in 8 hours or more, what's your shift going to be? I highly suggest you can try this. Do a 10-hour shift, 6 p.m. till 4 a.m. 6 p.m. till 4 a.m. You'll make yourself a lot of money. And you get picky and you get selective on your drives, on your rides on New Year's Eve. Hit that button, go out at 6 p.m. Yeah, I drive the Foo Fighters weekly. I know them. The drummer, Taylor Hawkins, is a good friend of mine. We go out once in a while. We'll go for dinner, to shows. I like him a lot. He's a great friend. And you get to drive their family, their kids, their daughters, sons, everything. So it's like a family. Happy family. We are family. I should ask the Foo Fighters to do a live stream with me in the new year. Set it up. Why not? Ha! That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Starting at noon. Okay, James, you're starting at noon, and when are you going to end? What time are you going to end? There's nothing wrong starting off at noon, but I still think the big money is made between 6 p.m. and 4 a.m., right? I think that's when Uber is going to really throw out the money and encourage you to drive on New Year's Eve. I mean, 12 is great. You might want to do 12 to 12, 12 to 10. Maybe you don't want to deal with the drunkies later. But it's at that time, when the crazies come out, you're going to make the money. Ellen DeGeneres, I love her. Love Ellen DeGeneres. I hope to drive her. Pittsburgh. Happy birthday! Ellen would be fun. I like that whole concept of carpool karaoke. They should do a rideshare karaoke. Yeah, we wish you a happy birthday. Not me, it's not my birthday. Cool. I bet there's all different types of characters in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! At 3:15, I got to be in. At 3:15, I got to be in Hidden Hills. It's now 2:40, so I literally have 35 minutes. Maybe I'll show you one of my spots in Calabasas where I sometimes start my day. Share a tip, an LA tip with you. No problem doing that. I'm now driving past the Long Valley entrance of Hidden Hills where Drake, the Migos, Jolie, the actress, a lot of people stay there. Jessica Simpson, a lot of the NBA players, Lakers, Clippers, by Scott. James will be fine. He will be fine. I will be doing a lot of dash cam videos in my new car that I ordered for Christmas. M4 convertible, black exterior, red leather interior. Configured it online on Christmas Day and then pulled the trigger. Delivery beginning of March. And what I also did, if some people are only tuning in now, I got engaged. I went down on my knees on Christmas Day and put a ring on the lady's finger. She was happy, super happy. Crying and tears and laughter and all good, my friends. It's all good. I do. I work hard and play hard. No doubt about it. Somebody just said I live the life. I don't just live the life because you can't live the life. Gotta work. You gotta hustle. You gotta put in the hours. No vapes in the car, buddy. Never, ever will I allow a vapor in my car. Period. Not supporting that. Thank you, K. Bish. Not every day is great, but you try and make every day great. Not every day cannot be great. There'll always be, curveballs. Your son, get a call, and your son is having his appendix out, right? And you have to rush to hospital. Well, those days are not great, but you got to adapt. If you don't adapt, you die. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. Got to adapt, otherwise you die. Ay, caramba. I'm going to take you. Kardashians go several times a week. I'll show you. And by the way, I'm not a Kardashian and a Kanye West fan at all. At all. At all. This is known as Calabasas, the Commons, Marmalade Cafe there, dry bar. Sometimes you pick up ladies that get their hair done. They've got the cinemas. There's a great Italian restaurant called Toscanova over there. There's a sushi bar that the Kardashians and Kanye West go to very, very often. What's going on here? Mr. Porsche driver can't make up his mind. You guys want to come watch Frozen 2? Do you want to watch Jumanji? Do you want to watch Spies in Disguise? Do you want to watch Star Wars Episode 5? Do you want to watch Bombshell? Oh, 9, sorry, Star Wars Episode 9. Cats, I heard, sucks. Cats, I heard, is absolute horseshit. This is the Commons. That's the Barnes & Noble there. Those are my clients. Over there, the Polacheks. Brent and Jody Polachek that own that. Good clients of mine, diamonds and expensive watches at the Polacheks and the Commons. Ever drop in there? Say hi to Jody and Brent Polachek. Go around here. La 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 la. You switch on here, you just get, kids that went down to the movies and you have to drive them short trip back. Not even worth it. Not even worth switching on. But sometimes you have clients and you have to drive them around you or drop off stuff or pick up stuff. And there's another cool little boutique hotel. Over there, next to Bank of America, there's a little boutique hotel. And I'll just be on for a few more minutes because then I have to rush off and pick up clients and spend a few hours with them. Yeah, you got to click the notification, see what they're up to, see what they. Crap. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for joining me on this trip today. 2 trips today. If you can drive and get stuff done and have conversations with your subscriber friends, with your friends out there from all different cities, that's good. That's productive time, right? Sharing. Today we talked about those space invaders coming in your car, bringing their negativity, their toxicity with them into your vehicle. The question is, how much do you tolerate? How much do you swallow? How much do you accept? Where do you draw the line? Where do you say yay? Where do you say nay? Or where do you do the preventive, the active strike when you got to go on the offense? That right after you drop that person off, you got to report them, call in 1-800 or report them through the app because they are a problem passenger, and you will anticipate some form of retaliation in form of 1 star, no tip, a false report possibly, which could ultimately lead to deactivation. I'd rather be proactive and say, I know this person's a problem just based on their pure behavior in my car. I know that they were a negative space invader. I got to do what I got to do, right? I got to report them, but it's in my best interest to report them because I do not want to find myself on the defending end. I do not want to find myself off the grid for a week trying to get back onto the platform because Uber has to review a story first, right? So fire off that first complaint. Uber girl Paula says California rocks. Let me tell you, California rocks. It's expensive, but it rocks, right? Rideshare 411 knows that. Uber girl Paula knows that. Rideshare Professor knows that. It's a great state, great cities. But you got to hustle. You got to make money in this state. Otherwise, it'll swallow you up and spit you out. I bash no one. Honestly, I take what helps me and learn, says Jennifer. I like that attitude. And hopefully taken everything from 2019. We've learned from it, and we know how to make it better in 2020. Nice. Utah is beautiful. I went up to Zion. I'm gonna go back in summer. I'm gonna go back up to Zion and to those areas. Beautiful up in Utah. Good, good, good. What time do we have? Almost 3 p.m. in the house. Oh, mountain biking. I'm sure that was super, super fun area. Moab, yeah, beautiful area. Wow. Talk about nature and scenery. Breathtaking, breathtaking, breathtaking. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful places in the United States, for sure. A lot of beautiful places. There's a great book printed by National Geographic. It says 5,000 recommendations in 50 states. It's a great book if you ever can get your hands on it. There's a lot to do and see in each state. It's a beautiful country to tour, right? I've seen most of it. There's definitely a few states I still have to do, but it's a beautiful country to visit as a tourist from overseas. It's a beautiful country to tour as a local, whether you're doing it in a car, an RV, flying around, whether you're in Florida, Texas, or on the West Coast. It's pretty. All right, my friends, I'm going to check in before New Year's Eve with you. I hope you have a game plan for New Year's Eve, right? I hope this is your big day, your biggest day of the year, right? Maybe give a little. Maybe it's a time to buy some small waters and candy. And I certainly enjoy the live chats with my friends on here. I like the exchange, the energy that we keep going, sharing, always in a positive direction. Joey Driver for you, Idaho. Boise is very familiar. Beautiful. Let's just keep on pushing it in a positive direction, and let's grow together, right? Thank you, James. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, everyone, for sharing honestly and openly. You don't have to hold back on anything, right? We're not judging. You know, we're all drivers. We're not judging one another. We're here to help one another. We're here to lift each other up, right? And share the love of this community. That's what it's about, my friends. So if someone's falling a little bit behind, was having a bad day, you know what? In swoop, the rest of the drivers lift them up, give you a boost, you know, and say it's okay. We can F up once in a while, right? It's not the end of the world to F up once in a while. We're not robots. We're humans. So James Skidmore, love you back, my friend. Much love. You know, let's keep good stuff happening in 2020, right? Let's share our success stories. Let's even share our downs, our negative stories, so we can learn from them, right? So we can compare notes, so we can strategize new formulas, put new strategies in place that work for us in 2020. Right, Share 411, love having you in my channel. Keep that fire coming, keep that fire burning, my friend. I had the fireplace burning all day yesterday on Christmas Day. You know, wood fire, nothing better with that smell, that wood fire. I guess a gas fire will also be fine. But, you know, keep those flames burning, all of you. I appreciate you. This is not me checking out for 2019. I'm there. There's still going to be several videos coming in 2019, right? I'm going to drive on New Year's Eve, right? And I have 2 private clients on New Year's Eve, and I am not shy to ask my price, right? Nothing under $1,000 for me on New Year's Eve, right? So if people want my time, I also, you know, find ways of incorporating my now fiance into these events, right? I'm not just say, hey, bye, I'm gone. I'm going to go off and make New Year's Eve all about me, all about the cash. No, I want to have a fine balance of work and play. So if I can dedicate certain hours, which I did, to my clients on New Year's Eve and still go out and party and play afterwards. I mean, you know, it doesn't mean it's at 12 o'clock the party's over. Sometimes the parties start at 12, right? So, that, you know, it's a long shift. It's a day where you just got to let loose and have fun, right? There's nothing wrong with making a lot of money and then going out to party, even if it means you're going out to party at 1 a.m. So I have no problem working till 1 a.m. and then, you know, putting on the clothes and the party clothes, and off we go, right? And that'll take you through to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So shall it be, right? It's not, for me, it's not just work, work, work. I mean, I know this is a big day. It's a big money day. I've already grabbed my private clients. I know what I'm going to be doing on New Year's Eve, but I also want to have fun. I also want to sip the bubbly. I also want to be driven around. So, you know, come 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to grab that Uber back home. Anyone know these devices, right? I mean, if you have multiple phones in your car, right, this one fits into your cup holder and you can adjust, right? You can adjust the size so it fits in snug. It holds any type of phone. But anyone with a lot of technology, if you're doing YouTube videos, if you're running 2 phones like me, right, you don't want to have everything up on the dashboard and taking away from your vision, right? You don't want to have all these things attached to your window where you just have a small little space to look through and see the road. So what I found is that, you know, having this guy down here with my backup phone at the bottom down here is wonderful, right? So I've got one up on the window for filming. I have a magnet on my dashboard, and I have another device down here which holds my second phone. So I can drive safely. I can make videos. I can make videos from different angles. I can operate both phones, go online, offline, both online, whatever the case. Compare, right? What does it look like? From a passenger's perspective, jump onto the rider app, compare Lyft and Uber, see where the money is, and then switch over to driver mode, right? Toggling between those 4 apps. Uber rider, Lyft rider, Uber driver, Lyft driver, toggling between them and seeing where am I going to make the most money in the next 30 minutes, right? What does Ghana say? All right, we've still got a lot of dialogue. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to go 59:05. I'm going to go another 55 seconds, make it an hour, right? James, thank you. Here's to New Year's Eve. Pick and choose the best trips for you. Pick and choose the money trips for you. You are in control at NYE. New Year's Eve is about you. I'm going to have a great time with the Foo Fighters today. We're going to head up Hollywood together. I know we're going to end up having lunch somewhere. They're going to have a couple of drinks. I'm not going to be drinking. I'm the driver. I'm the designated driver. I get paid for having fun. I get paid for listening to the most insane stories, what they did with Queen, how they toured with these guys, what they did at the Holiday House in Ibiza with Freddie Mercury, or they have the craziest, coolest stories. You know, how they started off. This one started off with Alison, what's her name? Morissette. What's her name? Alana Morissette. This one started touring with these guys. This one changed from this, you know, the background story, Nirvana, then Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl stories, Taylor Hawkins stories. Good people, man. Just have fun. Get paid for having fun, right? And then once in a while, you don't have to make money. You just go partying with them. Nothing wrong with that. Joey, goodbye. Yes, you do need to have them on here. I will. I'm going to ask them. I'm going to ask them today. I'm going to say, hey, can we do a live, like, you know, karaoke like you do with that other guy, Gordon? What's his name? That guy that's a karaoke. Can't we do our own carpool karaoke for my, I'll tell Taylor to bring, he sometimes has drumsticks in the car and he plays on my dashboard. It's a lot of fun. I've had Travis Barker from Lincoln Park and from Blink 180. What's the band called? Also with his drumsticks, practicing on his way to the studio, practicing in my car. It's awesome. Yeah, I agree. It'll be fun. Got to make it fun. Why not? I don't think I'm not going to say no. Say, hey, we have a big audience. Coast to coast. 182. That's it. What did I say? 180. 182. I was missing 2. Blink 182. Right? And Travis Barker, here's the funny thing. Where I'm sitting right here in Calabasas, Travis Barker lives 1.5 miles west from here, and Taylor Hawkins, the 2 best drummers in the world. There's no dispute about this. There's no argument that Travis Barker and Taylor Hawkins are the 2 best drummers in the world. And the one lives 1.5 miles north from here, at Parkway Calabasas, and the other one lives about a mile north from here in Hidden Hills. So the best 2 drummers in the world, the most respected drummers in the world. You got to go and check out the BBC interview with Taylor Hawkins on YouTube. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot about his character. They literally live within a 1.5 mile radius from you, both of them. Isn't that bizarre? Stay hydrated, my friends. I got to rock and roll. I got to be there in 10 minutes. So I will get there in 10 minutes, but I got to hustle. Will Ferrell is a great drummer too. Love Will Ferrell. My friends, have an amazing one. Go and make some money. We will connect before New Year's Eve, and please have a game plan for New Year's Eve. I want to hear from you, each and every one of you, what your shifts are going to be from each and every driver, who is driving what hours on New Year's Eve, right? Love you all. Much love to you and your families. Have a good one. Thank you, and let's connect very, very, very soon. Cheers, everyone.